frontal in place. I place the spandex dome cap on the dome head first, then put the weaving cap on top, and the weaving cap is going to act like our guide to sew on that frontal in bundles, pretty much letting me know and indicating where to sew. I'm lining up the lace on the weaving cap with the lace on the frontal and pinning that down with a T-pin and just sewing in that frontal using my nylon thread, making sure to stop on the sides because that is the area where our ear tabs will go. I have 3 bundles of 26-inch that I'm placing in the back of the cap, and using that first 26-inch, I'm sewing right above the holes in the back of the weaving cap and making sure to avoid the sides of the cap. I'm also not cutting the tracks and instead doing the flip over method and placing the tracks really close together until I finish the first bundle. From the look of the bundles, they look pretty thin and like there's not much hair on the bundles. Do not let this be deceiving because those bundles are super full from root to end. The last 2 26-inch bundles will be sewn attaching to the frontal, and I'm going to do that same flip over method, making sure to knot that thread really good on the frontal before I continue sewing on the tracks. After 3 bundles are sewn in, I'm taking that 24-inch bundle and filling in this entire back area, forming the tracks in a U shape, and you will slowly start to see that wig come to life. The weaving cap used is a perfect guide for people new to making wigs. The top of the weaving cap has a small area that pretty much acts like the crown of my head. I'm going to take that last 22-inch bundle and fill in that entire area, doing that same flip over method until I get to the top of the frontal. The wig is pretty much done being sewn and is now time to customize the wig. And I'm just going to cut off all the lace from the weaving cap and also the excess spandex dome cap that we did not need. These 2 wig combs did come with the weaving cap, so I'm just sewing both of those onto the back of the cap. And I'm also going to use this adjustable elastic band to ensure the wig is secured down on my head so that lace glue is not needed to hold down this wig. I'm going to be placing the measurements in the video so that you'll know what length to cut your elastic band. My head measures to 21.5 inches. 8.5 inches is definitely not going to be too tight on my head, so you don't have to worry about any tension when wearing your wig. The 2 flaps left on the weaving cap came in super handy because now I can sew on the elastic band to that lace fabric without having to ruin the lace on the frontal. So I wanted to show y'all how I like to make my hairlines really realistic and natural for my installs, and it doesn't require a ton of baby hair. I'm just going to carve out little small sections of the frontal and tweeze my hairline using pointer tweezers to pluck the lace. The pointy tip plucks less hair at a time, lessening the density of the frontal in a more natural state rather than plucking out about 3 times the amount when you're using regular tweezers. The last bundle in 20 inches will be sewn onto the frontal to avoid any bulkiness in the back of the wig. This frontal is a 13x6 HD frontal from TG Hair Lab. It is a real HD lace and does not rip easily like most other HD laces. So with that being the case, I wanted to sew the tracks onto the frontal to ensure that I have a longer wear with the wig. And this is also a old celebrity hairstylist trick from back in the day to make the celebrity wigs look way more full, since frontals don't usually come really full and dense. If you are a darker complexion, tinting your lace is a must, and Bold Hold absolutely has the best lace tint for people of color. Since this wig is glueless, I wanted to do a ball cap inside of the wig, and I'm going to use some lace powder from Red by Kiss and just sealing in that powder using some Sebastian Shaper hairspray. When I tried on the wig, the ear tabs aligned super perfect with the size of my head. The tracks fill in the back of the wig without any bulky spaces, and all of the track pieces I put on that lace is super concealed and out of sight. Here's a snippet of how the wig looks installed with no lace glue, and that HD lace is absolutely seamless on my hairline. This Cambodian raw straight hair is like no other texture I've ever tried, so definitely stick around for part 2 to see how I installed and styled this wig. Bye y'all.